Social media platforms were not designed to inform you. They were designed to keep you there. Do you know what your phone is doing to your brain? Not what you think it is doing, not what the companies say it is doing. What the science actually says is happening inside your brain every time you pick it up, every time you scroll, every time a notification arrives, because it is not nothing, and it is not small. In part 1 of this series, we looked at what the brain was built for: walking, nature, real connection, deep sleep, boredom. In this part, we look at what the modern lifestyle is doing to that same brain. And the science is something every person with a phone needs to hear. Social media platforms were not designed to inform you, they were designed to keep you there. And they do this by hijacking the brain's reward system. Every like, every comment, every notification that arrives triggers a small release of dopamine, the same chemical that drives motivation, desire, and reward. And the brain responds the same way it responds to any other reward signal. It wants more. So you check again, and again, and again. Research found that the average person checks their phone 96 times a day, once every 10 minutes. Most of the time, nothing important is there. But the brain keeps looking anyway, because the platform trained it to. The same way a slot machine trains a gambler to keep pulling the lever, not because there is always a reward, but because there might be. Here is something that should concern every student and every parent. Research has linked excessive digital media use to a thinning of the brain's cortical layer, the outer layer responsible for learning, memory, and complex thinking. At the same time, notifications and constant alerts cause divided attention. And divided attention means information is processed more superficially, less deeply, less thoroughly, less likely to be remembered. And here is something most people never consider. Research shows that increased GPS use is linked to a measurable decline in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Because when the brain outsources navigation to a phone, it stops doing the work itself. And the part of the brain that was doing that work starts to weaken. Use it or lose it. And modern technology is slowly convincing the brain to stop using it. The effects are even more concerning for young people. Remember, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's decision-making and impulse control center, is not fully developed until the mid-20s. So a teenage brain exposed to constant dopamine hits from social media is a brain with a fully active reward system and an incomplete braking system. Research shows the current generation of young people is significantly less capable of waiting for rewards than any previous generation. Because the brain has been trained by a lifestyle where everything arrives instantly. And a brain that cannot wait is a brain that struggles with studying, saving, planning, and building anything that takes time. And then there is sleep. In part 1, we talked about what deep sleep does for the brain, how it repairs, consolidates, and clears. Now here is what the modern lifestyle is doing to that sleep. Screens emit blue light, and blue light tells the brain it is still daytime. It suppresses melatonin, the hormone the brain needs to enter deep sleep. Research found a direct relationship between social media use at night and disrupted brain activation in the regions responsible for executive control and reward processing. The very regions that help people make good decisions, control impulses, and regulate emotions the next day. A screen before bed is not just bad for sleep. It is bad for the brain that has to function the next morning. None of this means technology is evil. It is not. Technology has done extraordinary things for human life, but the brain did not evolve alongside smartphones. It did not evolve alongside social media, or notifications, or blue light, or infinite scroll. And the brain is paying a price for living inside systems it was never designed for. Shorter attention spans, weaker memory, disrupted sleep, rising anxiety, declining ability to wait, focus, and think deeply. These are not personality problems. They are neurological responses to an environment the brain was never built to handle. In part 3, we look at what to actually do about it, which lifestyle is best, and how to use both worlds without losing the brain in either one.